What is up and welcome back, and today we are going to be doing a video that's a little bit different. We are going to be talking about the recall for the Kawhi 3. Now, there is information out there that explains why the recall occurred. Now there is, but I am going to give you my take on why the recall happened, my opinion. So with that said, let's get right into it. So the first thing I do want to bring up is that when the recall happened, New Balance went about it kind of in a stealth-like way, right? They didn't let the public know. And I feel definitely when there is a recall, especially it has to do with performance reasons, you gotta let the public know. Because if they have that defective item, that product, I mean, you gotta give them a refund or an exchange at least, right? So I feel that when New Balance did this recall, they left a lot of people in the dark like myself. I really had no idea. Now, what I was thinking was, hey, I can't believe this sneaker actually sold out. I mean, that's amazing. And I was kind of waiting for some new colorways to drop, some new heat, right? But little did I know that this shoe wasn't coming back. And that is like a big time disappointment, like I said, because people work hard for their money, right? They work hard for that money, and the only way you can make it right is, like we talked about, giving them a refund or an exchange. Now, I don't know anybody who's done a successful refund, right? When they bought the shoe and they had it for a while, maybe a few weeks, a month, right? I don't even know if somebody bought the shoe and they took it back that same week, okay? So I don't know anything about that, especially if they wore it. And I feel that's kind of a shame because anybody can return something that's brand new, but if you bought it and started playing it thinking it was going to be very solid, and then you found out the information, then that's where I feel you definitely have to get like an exchange. But if you are somebody out there that's watching that video and you were able to get and do a successful refund or an exchange, let us know, especially if you wore the sneaker, because a lot of people out there, it's already been a while, but people don't know if they're actually doing it. So if you have that information, we would really appreciate it big time. So moving on, definitely I was waiting to see they were gonna bring back some new colorways, because I mean, I love how they did the design for the Kawhi 2. I felt this shoe right here had so much dimension. Really love how it came out. The color, very unique. So I was waiting for another sneaker like this. And I'm not just saying that. I am a big time New Balance fan. A lot of people always ask me, hey, what's your favorite shoe to ball in? And I've always told them for the longest time, man, the Kawhi 2, so underrated but big time good. Okay, it's kind of right now kind of tied with a D-Way shoe that I like, right? But it's up there, definitely up there. And I'm not just saying that. I even bought an extra pair recently just to have it in stock. So when this sneaker right here, the traction is wearing down, I'm just going to use that one for wearing out. And then I have another one ready to go. So definitely I'm a big time New Balance fan. But with the Kawhi 3, I was let down big time. And again, with this shoe right here, the reason why the recall happened, kind of like the internet world always delivers, somebody leaked a document with the reasons. And whoever did that, you're definitely the man. Big time props to you. You're a man of the people. So if you're watching this video, definitely give that man his props. He deserves it. Leaking that document, letting the people know. We appreciate it. So definitely with this sneaker right here, well, that report actually mentioned that there was a recall for 2 shoes from New Balance. This one right here, because the eyelet right here, for some models it did come deformed, right? The one I got looks very solid. I compared it with some of the pictures online for the promos. Looks exactly the same. And also for the Fresh Foam BB, that's the shoe that Zach LaVine wears. So that one got recalled for the sole, the outer sole. Maybe it could be part of the midsole or maybe the traction sole that is prone to have cracks. When you're playing in it, eventually it's going to get some cracks, and that there is definitely really bad for performance reasons. You're out there playing, if you're playing outdoors, imagine it is deteriorating and then you're running and making a really hard stop. That could be very bad for somebody, right? So a recall for the Fresh Foam BB and also for the Kawhi 3. Now, focusing on the Kawhi 3, I feel with this recall, it's more aesthetics, especially if you're talking about the eyelet up here, right? Like, as long as the shoelace can go in through the actual insert right there, you'll be solid. Maybe it might not look the best if it's a little bit deformed, but I feel that right there, as long as it still has very good lockdown when you tie in the laces, I mean, it shouldn't be a big time performance issue at all, right? But and especially, for example, I didn't get that problem in this sneaker, and I know other people that bought the same Kawhi 3, they didn't have that problem either. Plus, all the reviews online, I never seen one that had an actual problem with the eyelet. Okay, so I'm thinking there are some models that happened to, but not all of them, right? So I feel the easy fix would have been to maybe just give somebody a discount if they do have this deformation, or if they really want an exchange to exchange the shoe, if the sneaker is not compromised anywhere else, right? But I feel that when I put this sneaker on, I have problems in the arch area, and I never had that problem, especially with sneakers that are well made. Now this one right here costs very expensive. I think, if I recall correctly, $160 or $180 for it, right? And it does come with a shank plate. Just look at that. You can see the design. It took some time to design that, a lot of time. And then you even see a little bit out there, some extra support right there in the center. So a shoe like this, right? This type of setup, how is it going to give you pain underneath your foot? Because when I wore this shoe for the first time, after maybe 15-20 minutes of play, man, my feet began to hurt. And even the pain, like I mentioned, because I did do a performance review on this sneaker when it first came out, I mentioned I did feel some pain crawling up my leg, okay? And that just lets me know that there's something wrong with the setup. That's why I think that the shoe wasn't just recalled for the eyelet. I feel that it had to do something with the setup, something with the hole, something in the bottom. Maybe the shank plate wasn't placed in the correct area, or who knows, maybe the materials are somewhat faulty, so they don't really do the job how it's supposed to. But I am very sensitive in that area, and all the reviews that I do, when I notice that the shoe is set up maybe a little bit higher or a little bit lower, or no shank at all, I let everybody know, because you know, some people do have heel problems, or some people have midfoot problems, etc., etc. So I try to be real with these reviews, and that's just what I think happened in this sneaker with this Kawhi 3. I feel that there's where the shoe went wrong. I felt that easy fix, if it was just the eyelet, right? Like we mentioned, you could have just got partial refund or maybe an exchange. But aesthetics isn't going to hurt somebody, right? But if it is, for example, something that has to do with performance, a setup like we talked about the midfoot, then definitely that shoe has to come off the market. Just like the Fresh Foam BB, where the bottom, the outer sole is cracking. So that is going to be my take. If you are watching this, let us know what you think about this sneaker. I really do want to hear about the people. I am kind of have mixed feelings, because I was really expecting this shoe to be real good. I was hyping it up. I was telling some friends, hey, I can't wait till the 3 drops. That one's going to be even better than the 2, most likely, because they tend to, you know, just make the technology better and better. But I was let down, so I am going to be cautious in the future with New Balance. But how do you feel about it, right? I'm not giving up on them 100%, but I'm just cautious. Hopefully it earned the people's trust back, right? That's the biggest thing right now. Definitely, you know, you were coming into the shoe game, the basketball sneakers, and so you gotta come back and make it right, most definitely. So with that said, I'll catch you on the next one. We keep these reviews as honest and real as possible. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.